Hello, this is Mukta Roy. Today I am presenting project midterm progress presentation, and my project topic is early detection and risk classification of depression, anxiety and suicidal idea in online forum post using transformer based natural language processing, and my supervisor is Dr. Indubala. Mental health and its impacted symptoms. Let's begin by understanding how mental health issues manifest. Emotional symptoms include anxiety, sadness, and mood swing, while cognitive symptoms involve negative thinking patterns. Physically, people may experience fatigue and sleep disorders sometimes. These symptoms often impact social interaction and behavior. People sometimes loss of interest or reduce communication. And my mental health concerns like depression and anxiety are one of the rise globally. Individuals increasingly share their feelings through forums like Beyond Blue and Reddit. This opens an opportunity to automate early warning detection through natural language processing. Public forum like Reddit and Blue provides valuable insight into how individuals express and discuss mental health challenges. Especially Beyond Blue is an Australian mental health support platform dedicated to helping people manage anxiety, depression, and other emotional challenges. How people share mental health thought. Posting personal stories, they are seeking advice and support. They engage in peer support. Also, they're tracking their mental health progresses. Sometimes they share their resources with others. For this project, I have set my three objectives. First objective is to detect early sign of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts from user post on forum Beyond Blue, to classify emotional states and track changes in users' mental health over the time, and to build a symptom co-occurrence network using the network episode model to identify key symptoms that connect different mental health conditions. To achieve my objectives, I have scraped data from Beyond Blue. I choose Beyond Blue Mental Health Forum. I have scrapped 28,000 posts from the Beyond Blue Mental Health Forum. Here I have mentioned 5 categories that I scrapped data: depression, suicidal thoughts, and self-harm, relationship and family issues, PTSD and trauma, also anxiety. For data scrapping, I have used this Selenium WebDriver for the browser automation, Beautiful Soup for HTML tagging, Pandas for CSV, and Timeslab for time gap between one page to other page to traverse data and scrap from there. After that scrapping, my datasets overview is I scrap post ID, thread URL, post title, post content, post author, user ID, post date, and post category. I have mentioned in my previous trimester about this data overview. I also done my previous trimester data set preprocessing. Here I have mentioned data preprocessing pipeline. So I have dropped thread URL, unexpected rows where post date was missing, and remove unwanted character like special character and excessive spaces. Converted the post date column to proper datetime format. Applied custom functions, clean text on text columns. After that, converted text into the lowercase and converted emojis to text. Sometimes people express their feelings with the emojis. I converted emojis to text. After that, my datasets looks like this after cleaning my dataset overview. I also done my data exploratory analysis at previous trimester. Here I have mentioned very basic categories. For pie chart showing distribution of post per category, how much post I have per category, and the yearly distribution trend of the post. I have here I have choose 2011 to 2025 data, but in 2011 I have one data, so I removed 2011 from my data set. And here I also mentioned monthly post volume trend is a line graph. We can see here is the monthly post volume trend. Also I have mentioned here top most active user according to the post volume. Here is the bar graph. We can see one user posted 436 posts, and other user posted 68 posts, and other user 36, and so on. I have 500 unique user ID. For my objective one, to detect early sign of depression, anxiety, and the suicidal thought, I have used LIWC for feature extraction and sentiment analysis. LIWC is a linguistic inquiry and word count, is a psycholinguistic tools that analyze how people express emotions, thought, and behavior through language to identify underlying emotions and mental states from written text and provide interpretable and explainable features. How LIWC works? First of all, LIWC categories the categories word-wise. The categories they extract the features like positive emotion, negative emotions, cognitive emotions. This feature, at first I have extracted 10 feature: negative, self-focus, biological, anxiety, cognitive. After that, these features are calculation according to each post, how much score each feature have. Then I have grouped this feature into 4 categories so that the related categories are combined to for high level construction. Here I have mentioned, if I have group this: depression equals to negative plus self-focus plus biological, also anxiety plus cognitive plus biological, and suicidal thoughts equal to suicidal plus negative, and neutral equals to neutral plus social. Here I have mentioned one thing, that Beyond Blue have already label data, because of Beyond Blue have the categories anxiety, depression, self-harm. So each post have each under one category, but here I didn't use Beyond Blue's category. I have used LIWC to categorize this post. So to detect my first objective, early sign of depression, anxiety, and the suicidal thoughts. For feature extraction, after 10 feature extraction, then I group into 4 categories. After that, we can see here depression is like 0.18%, and anxiety is 0.19%, and suicidal thoughts is like 0.10%, and neutral is like 0.04%. So overall, from this summary we can see it's a human summary, like this post show high depressive feelings and anxiety or tension. Overall, this post reflects emotional distress and may indicate early symptoms of depression and anxiety. I summarize the human summary so that every people can understand what happened in this graph. So I can use human summary. Later, I have used some advanced method, Go Emotion, for fine-grained emotion detection and classification. Go Emotion is a transformer-based emotion classification model developed by Google. It is trained on 58,000 Reddit comments. It can detect 27 emotion plus 1 neutral equals to 28 levels to help capture contextual emotional meaning from natural language text, also ideal for analyzing dynamic emotions in online forum posts. Here is a bar graph showing I have extracted 28 emotions from my data set. Here is the top distribution of 28 Go emotion in Beyond Blue forum post. After emotion detection from the post content, I have used one sample post. This post is also used for LIWC, and this same post I have also used for the Go emotion. I have applied this Go emotion all of my data, but I choose one for sample. For emotional extraction, there is a Go emotion extracted some feature like loss, grief, sadness. They percentage the each category under scoring, and here I have mentioned so predicted emotions from post. They showing nervousness is 0.51%, sadness is 0.20%, disappointment is like 0.06%. According to this graph, this post showing there is a nervousness, sadness emotion level, and the disappointment. In Go emotion, they have all trained there is a 28 of emotions. So for that, mental health risk category is nervousness, and the dominant emotion is 0.50%. Final risk assessment is that this post is under anxiety category. So here I have comparison between LIWC and Go emotion analysis, which captured the perfect early detection of depression, anxiety, and the suicidal thoughts. At the very beginning, bar chart compares the normalized emotion score for the 3 emotional categories. As we can see, both LIWC and Go emotion detect similar emotional categories, but the magnitude varies. Go emotion show a much higher confidence score for anxiety than LIWC. In the center, the radar chart illustrates the emotional overlap between the two methods across 4 emotional: anxiety, depression, sadness, and neutral. Both both models capture a similar pattern, especially in anxiety and depression. So co-emotion tends to detect slightly higher emotion intensity is in most cases. And the last, the scatter plot displays the correlation between emotion score assigned by LIWC and co-emotions. Each dot represents a particular emotion. The closer the dots are to the diagonal, the stronger the agreement. As seen, emotions like depression and sadness show moderate correlation, suggesting that while both methods identify emotional clue, their intensity scoring may differ. Overall, this comparison validates that both models are aligned in terms of detecting emotional categories, but co-emotion tend to offer more granularity and confidence in emotional intensity. That LIWC and Go Emotion, I have applied TF-IDF. I have applied the output of Go Emotion and LIWC as an input to TF and IDF and logistic regression model to evaluate how accurately they classify and detect the anxiety, depression, and suicidal post. Here I have applied TF-IDF for baseline model. So, TF-IDF is the simplicity and interpretability and strong performance on text classification, also benchmark for advanced model. When we want to apply an advanced model, then it's very importantly we can use TF-IDF for baseline model. For baseline model performance, the model accuracy is like 0.774%, that means 77% accuracy to detect it and classify accurately which post is anxiety, depression, and suicidal. There is a precision recall and effort score. So this classification reports show the baseline TF-IDF and logistic model how accurately they classify this anxiety, depression, and suicidal post. Also here I have extract some top 10 words under anxiety, depression, and the suicidal thought. Here I have mentioned 10 important words for anxiety and the 10 for depression, also 10 for the suicidal thoughts. Words most associated to these model health categories and help interpret model decision for anxiety, depression, and the suicidal post. Also, I have used the advanced model RoBERTa for advanced emotional and mental health classification. RoBERTa is an advanced transformer-based language model developed by Facebook AI in 2019. It is an improved version of BART designed to understand the context, emotion, and meaning of text more accurately. RoBERTa works, understand, and context like a human. Use a transformer architecture. It's written on large textbook like books, news, and web to learn grammar, semantics, and emotions tone. Fine tune on mental health post like for Beyond Blue to detect sign of depression, anxiety, and suicidal idea. Model performance, RoBERTa fine-tuned for mental health classification. Here I am showing the accuracy, precision, recall, and the training loss and validation loss. I have used one epoch for reduced computational time because of when I run the RoBERTa model, it takes too much time. That's why I'm using one epoch, and I have used also GPU Google Colab. So here is the accuracy is 82%. So my model, RoBERTa model, accurately classify and identify the post and the difference between depression, anxiety, and suicidal post according to the as the input as the input from the co-emotions output, and the precision is 0.83 and the recall is 0.81% and F1 is score is 82. So that the RoBERTa model accurately difference between depression, anxiety, and suicidal post with 82%, and accuracy most posts are correctly classified showing strong recall or depression and be a balance between across all categories. Here is the confusion matrix RoBERTa model health classification. So performance of comparison between baseline and transformer model. Here is the category anxiety, depression, and suicidal. The TF-IDF and logistic regression models accuracy overall 77% and the overall accuracy is RoBERTa model is 82%. So that RoBERTa achieve higher accuracy and F1 score than TF-IDF baseline show the strength of contextual understanding to detecting mental health conditions. So that to achieve my first objective, I try to achieve my second objective, and this is track emotional state over the time, analyze how an individual emotional condition change over the time. I have used group post by user ID. Total I have 500 unique user, and user ID wise post. Here I have mentioned top most 10 user and under their post, and timeline of the mental health post of 5 user. Here I have used go emotions output like classification output this post under depression, anxiety or neutral post. So I have here mentioned from the per user from the very beginning to the present how their mental state, like when they are depressed, when they were anxiety, or where they are positive or negative feelings. So I have tried to mention here with this graph. And track emotional state over the time. I want to apply time series modeling like temporal BART or long-term STM, and track in the changes in emotional trend over time. How show sadness score increase over from a user early post to their more recent tones based on posting date. And for my future plan, I want to identify relationship between symptoms and approach. Each model equals to symptom like sadness, hopelessness, anxiety, and feel bad, and is exist if two symptoms appear together in the same post. Use network episode model framework and analyze brief symptom: hopelessness, chronic depression, and suicide. I want to build network episode model if time cover. For now, this is my this much what I have done, and this is my for future plan. Thank you so much for watching my presentation and listening. Thank you so much.